Business leaders and intellectual business community, we come to the last segment of discussion today, the Indonesia's advantages for multinationals, and we have two representatives of multinationals here from Santa Fe Relocation Service, Mr. Jason Will as the Managing Director, and also Mr. Norio Yamazaki as the President Director of Sojitz Indonesia, one of the largest trading company from Japan. Okay, well, we continue with discussions with the Indonesia's advantages for multinationals, while also at the other side we talk about disadvantages as well. We have questions from the audience. Mr. Mariko, please.
Thank you, Jason, and Mr. Yamazaki for your sharing. Thank you, it's very interesting. I believe all of the audience are here understand that the biggest motivation for you to come to Indonesia because of the natural resources, and also because we do have a big population. But I see that a lot of investors sees the big population as the market for them to sell or to sell their product or the service. May I know what is opinion? How do you see our population as human resources itself? Is that valuable enough? Is it one day that you are going to, let's say, do you have any plan that no more Japanese expatriate anymore, and then we are going to do the localization? Do we have that kind of a competency yet or not? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Very good questions from Mariko Yoshihara. She's dealing with recruitment business, so she's very concerned about this. Okay, so the question is, big populations can mean two things. One is that you have a big potential to sell products, but again, it also depends on what is the buying power. If big population have no money, it's not really interesting, right? And the second thing is that the big populations can be also inputs for you. One side is that maybe the big populations give you low labor cost if the quality is good enough. Yeah, and the second thing is that it's about labor, but also what about non-labor thing, the white collar human resources for you, whether this population also able to provide you with qualified human resources for the managerial or even the leadership position for the business here, so that you don't have to pay expatriates, which is much more expensive than the local people usually. Yeah. So what do you think, Mr. Yamazaki, from the point of view?
Not only that competitiveness of labor cost here, I still believe, quality of that labors, as well as you say that white collars, level, good.
Good?
Yeah, even compared to surrounding countries, I think we can enjoy very good labor quality. Okay, but nevertheless, that should be time to time, or educated. In that sense, the meaning of education at the campus, school, as well as on-the-job training, or in each manufacturing site, those efforts should be emphasized again.
Yeah. Up to now, according to you, still competitive, considering the amount you have to pay and the input that you get from paying them, right? And it's not only for the laborers, but also for the white collars, the managerials and the directors, and so that I think
we believe, that the quality of that the capability could be acceptable to foreign investors. But nevertheless, they should be educated or trained more and more according to the progress of industry.
So is that reflecting that in your company, in Sojitz, that the expatriates or the Japanese people there are becoming less and less here?
We are trying to do so. Yes,
we
are trying to.
Okay. Jason, what do you think about this?
In terms of human resources, I mean, certainly there's a ready supply of labour. It's accessible, which does make Indonesia a lot more attractive in terms of you're looking to staff up. And having lived in China, I think the quality of people you're getting here in terms of attitude and willingness to do well is good. I mean, Indonesian people have a very positive attitude on life and doing well, and they want to please and they want to do well. So they certainly have the right attitude and understand about customer service and those sorts of things. Obviously, there's still, I think, in the education system, I mean, that's at the bottom end, at the middle end. I mean, there is some quality managers out there, but it's a very competitive market to get them. They're hard to find, and they're well paid, and you have to search well to find them. So I think every year that we're seeing more people go through a tertiary system, so you're getting better quality candidates coming through every year. So I think the situation is improving. But there's a small talent pool and a lot of people trying to pick from that talent pool, I think. So there's a lot of competition for good people.
All right. So you're saying that in the labor market, that Indonesia is still competitive because the attitude of work. What about the quality of the work? Do you think that it's still competitive also?
It's a training issue, okay? I mean, you have to foster an attitude of being proud of what people do and have an incentive system rewarding them for good work. And I think as an employer, if you've got the training in place, you have a reward system based on they're rewarded for quality work. I think if you put those things in place, I think you'll do fairly well.
All right. So even in the quality-wise, if you put proper training, that it is competitive compared to other Asian countries.
From a labour point of view.
From a labour point of view. But while on the white collar human resources, you find that it's available, but maybe because available but not too many, then the price is increasing. The price is not as you expected, or the price of the people are more expensive relatively compared to other countries, but still cheaper than getting expatriates coming in, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah, sure.
But for the middle managers, then you find problems in the middle managers, right?
This and again, I think there are some good tertiary institutions out there that I think there is some that especially tertiary education systems that could be introduced on specific areas. You can get quality candidates out there. It's just you have to fight over them with other organisations. So.
Right. It's a good sign, right?
It's good for them.
It's a good sign that the demand is higher than the supply, but then we have to fix up the supply to meet up the demand. But as a closing discussions, how do you see Indonesia in this next 5 years term? You think that this will be, what do you call it, much better, not only just continuing what was getting better before, or there will be a kind of a leap from the previous performance, or you think it's just going to be as good as the previous ones? What do you think?
As you explained, introduced that in the beginning of today's program, thanks to the new administration led by SB, we have a very high expectation to that the second administration. Then, like rating companies, Moody's, S&P, they upgraded that country rating for Indonesia. So we can share quite very encouraging forecast towards that 3-5 years, trend of this in Indonesia.
Much better than previous.
I think so.
All right. What do you think, Jason?
I tend to agree. I mean, we have an opportunity now we have the government, new government in place. They have a mandate. They have majority support now in the parliament. So this is a real opportunity for the government to make the reforms, to make the changes that need to be made to make this country go forward.
All right.
I've seen in the last 5 or 6 years that progress in the way of 3 steps forward, 1 step back. That there's been progress despite the hindrance of some of the regulations and things that aren't quite right. So in terms of business, I see the next 5 years as opportunity for Indonesia to grow and be strong, and I'm very optimistic. So I think
it's your expectation. What is your prediction?
I predict that Indonesia over the next 5 years has an opportunity to grow onto the world stage and be compared to China's, the Brazils, the Indias, and these sort of countries.
Wow. Very good.
I believe that.
I'm happy to hear that. Okay, so business leaders and intellectual business community, because of time, we have to close our discussions with short summary that according to our discussions here, that Indonesia's advantages so far is the natural resources and the human resources, the population itself, and the growing population and the growing buying power of Indonesia. And we have identified there long ago, but maybe what we haven't done is that to explore more how to strengthen these advantages to become more attractive to other countries, to the foreign investors. And we also identified, actually it's not new issues, that the regulations and the transparencies for the certainty of operating laws, and then many things regarding the the operational structures, and then certainty that still need to be improved a lot. While on the other side, a big consideration for foreign companies and foreign people as well, as the risk of doing business here is perceived as has been improved a lot. That people or foreign investors feel that the security issue becomes a lot improved, and is a positive sign for Indonesia. And we also know from the inputs here that the 5 years from now, foreign investors represented by foreign people are putting a lot of bullish expectations of the performance of these new teams of cabinets, and of course the expectation is not based on without any assumptions or without any basics, but maybe they see the signs of potentials, opportunities that can be done by Indonesia. It's a question whether we can fulfill really the expectations of the people, of the foreign investors, that Indonesia for the next 5 years will be a leap, not just an improvement, a big leap from the current situations. So business leaders and intellectual business community, we all have our roles to improve our countries and to welcome our friends, businessmen from all over the world to come to Indonesia and to do business together. So let's see our roles, and let's work together with the governments to improve things, so that Indonesia become one of the big players in Indonesia, because Indonesia one of the top 3 countries with the biggest population in Asia. We deserve to be big player in the economy in the world. Thank you all for watching CEO Reference. See you again for the next CEO Reference episode. My name is Dr. Bayu Prawirahi, Executive Director, Intellectual Business Community. See you for the next program of CEO Reference. Thank you.